All right, kind of a different kind of video this week. I'm going to just kind of run through some of the Hot Wheels I found while hunting around my neighborhood, and we'll unbox them and just kind of talk about them as I go through them. So first up, right out of the gate, I got this Nissan Datsun 240Z, not a Nissan technically here, in this orange colorway that really just stood out on the peg. The livery's a little busy for my taste with some of the other markings, the 23 on there, half the side panel's white. But again, the rest of that orange metallic looks awesome. So let's check it out, see what's up. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Put it in the middle of the frame for you guys to see. Good looking Hot Wheel for sure. Just a little busy on the decal or tampo side, as the Hot Wheels community would say. Cool wheels. I like that it's the different size in the back. The larger wheel gives it kind of a drag look, even though, I mean, it's a 240Z. It's probably not really a drag car, but in this case, it definitely looks like it. Next up, Corvette Gran Sport. I don't know if it actually posts a year on what this is. It's obviously a C2 Corvette, but I don't see a year actually on here, nor on the bottom of it. It's also not the split back, which I know even in the Hot Wheels collectors community, that is a big factor, just like the real Corvette community for C2s. Again, a racing livery, just like that 240Z. Pretty cool. The white color is neat. I do like that it's actually a metallic-y blue looking tampo. Not quite as metallic-y as I'd probably like, but I get it. It's a Hot Wheel. Again, technically kind of the staggered size wheels with the larger ones in the back. This one obviously probably could be a drag car, so it makes a little bit more sense. I like this one. Third on my find, and this was also found at a Dollar Tree, just like the first two, the Porsche 911 Turbo Cabriolet. This was a new for 2025 in that kind of deep red with the pink interior, and I know the pink interior was very controversial online. I liked it, but this is much more of a classic styling. The only catch is the racing stripes. Normally no problem with racing stripes, but they're just on the hood. They don't actually come all the way across the wheel or the cabin into the wing and then down the back. They don't go all the way down the front, which is fine for Porsche, but I would have at least liked it to come across the back there too. Wheels look cool, kind of at least somewhat period correct aesthetic for not a real wheel, but this is a good one. This is a good, I'm sure if you're a Porsche fan, those guys probably love it. Fourth one on here, the Ferrari 385 GTB Competizione. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I know I'm not. And again, another racing livery style car today. I guess that just must have been my luck. Or that's at least these early 2026 cases are all this racing style. Good little Ferrari decal on the side there and on the hood. Obviously, the lights aren't just tampos or decals. They're actually the plastic molded in there, the single part from the rest of the cabin. So that's awesome to see. Good looking wheels. The exhaust actually coming out with the side pipes, but being this does feel like the plastic material. It's not painted on, so it's the black plastic. So this is one, I mean, you've got the clear plastic for the lights, the black plastic for the exhaust here. A lot of decal put on these. I'm be curious to know how much input Ferrari had on this. Just with these recent Ferrari launches that Hot Wheels have done, since they've all been incredible so far. Looking in the cabin, I'm trying to get up in there close. I don't see any little Easter eggs or any fun details in there, but I might be wrong. Nothing sticking in the back either. Yeah. This is an awesome one for sure. The next one is the Austin Mini Cooper S. This is great because it is so small. Like, it's just small compared to another Hot Wheel. I mean, if I compare it to obviously a big old Dodge Charger, you can see it's got the tinier wheels. It's a tinier thing. I'm sure from a value perspective, sure, you pay the same price even though it's tiny, but like, I love when it's got a little bit of accuracy to the sizing. Sometimes the bigger ones don't get scaled up, but the smaller ones, when they get scaled down, that's fun. Try it out here. Nice. Oh, my top looks a little scuffed up, which is a bummer. It's not all white. You can see big scratch there, scratch there, scratch there. I guess keep an eye out for that. I guess I didn't, which is a bit of a bummer since that's like such an obvious, just big white area on the car. And it's a little bit of a defect. Inside, that's weird that the molding has like that pillar in there. I'm gonna hold this up so you can see the internal has the metal pillar through the whole back of it, which is another bummer for, I guess, accuracy aspect and really highlighting that it's a car, like a toy car instead of a die-cast model. So bit of a bummer, but still a fun one just because of its size alone. I should put these out here actually as I'm going through them. Nice. All right. Next up is the 67 Camaro. This thing was awesome. Normally, I'm not a muscle car collector by any means, nor am I even remotely knowledgeable about muscle cars. But the fact that the gold paint stood out, it's so, I know it's not Spectra Flame, but in the store under the fluorescent lighting, this thing really popped. Just Dream Garage series, which, yeah, that makes sense. Super cool. You know Chevy's gonna, Hot Wheels is gonna bring it on any of the muscle cars. The chrome interior looks real cool. Chrome side pipes. Man, this just, I'm sure the Camaro guys are all fighting each other over these. So good for them though on getting something this cool. And then the last car I got is this one from the Hot Wheels Legends Tour, Liebre. You know, I didn't know anything about this. I saw online on like Reddit and stuff, people were going crazy for this casting. I was unfamiliar until last year how the Hot Wheels Legends Tour, it's actually these like, I don't want to say fan, but enthusiast fabricated cars that have these crazy body panels and stuff all over them. You can see right there. And then I'll try to post a picture right here as well of what it looks like in real life and color for you. But these are real cars that then get turned into Hot Wheels just because of basically how cool they look. And so it's neat to see Hot Wheels do this. I'd be curious to know how accurate these actually are to these enthusiast created cars, because there is a lot going on here. The black is actually really crisp and shiny, which is awesome to see. Cars and Coffee logo on the wing. There's Cars and Coffee logo on the hood here. Tampos for the lights are okay, nothing standoutish. Cool wheel choice. Again, not sure how accurate that is until I see and post a picture up there. A couple of other tampos, that Cars and Coffee logo. Something up there on the, across the roof. Neat looking, very cool car. I probably would have skipped this until I learned a little bit about it first. So if this is something that interests you and you're more into Hot Wheels than you are into cars, this is probably a must-have. But I like it. I think it's a fun one. It's a one that you don't have to feel bad about popping open, but it still feels rare enough when you do end up finding one on the pegs. I'll hopefully make a short with a closer look on this one. But thank you. That was the Hot Wheels I found this week. And hopefully I'll do kind of more of these little, just hang out with me while I unbox some stuff.